Hello, everybody, and welcome to Etheric Theater Project's January 1 Acts To the Other Side. I am Artistic Director Pam Turlow. I'm so happy that you're here tonight. We have a really great evening planned for you. When I started Etheric Theater Project in the summer, I wanted to focus on pieces that have something to do with the other side, the paranormal, supernatural, heaven, hell, ghosts. You're going to get that all in spades this evening. So sit back and relax. First of all, our first piece is called Deja Zoom, and it is by new playwright Katie Lenz. And let me tell you a little bit about Katie. I have her bio right here. Katie Lenz is an administrative assistant by day and a writer, artist, musician always. She lives with her beautiful husband and their two curious hounds, Joaquin and Phoenix. This is her first one act, but she has been writing emo poetry since the early 2000s because she has an obsession with The Cure. She is currently writing in the third person for this bio, but wants you all to know that it was incredibly wild to see her words come to life. She is thankful for this opportunity so much. And Katie, we are thank you for sending in this wonderful one act. So without any further ado, we have Deja Zoom by Katie Lenz.
I don't believe this shit.
You. Again?
Oh, what did I do to deserve this?
My own personal hell. Oh, jeez. Who was the secretary last time?
I was. And don't say secretary. Ugh, it's so 1950s.
Fine. I'll be the secretary this time. See? A male secretary. Progressive, huh? Oh, a man-cretary, huh? No, a secremale. You should write that. Oh.
May I offer advice? Only write when there's actually something worth writing about. Otherwise, you'll get a cramp.
Sure. Maybe the first few times we should have waited until we struck gold. I mean, we've been here, what, 4,389 years?
Give or take.
Who knows what the hell they want?
Now, I still think that I had something good with the headless turtle under the floorboards thing.
Bullshit. But the 2 a.m. Denny's argument about Team Jess versus Team Dean on the Gilmore Girls, well, that really had some spice. You know, there's no according for bad taste. You know, at this point, I'm starting to think it doesn't matter what we come up with because we're never going to be good enough.
Oh my God, don't say it. Don't even think it.
Let's just get this over with.
Oh, yes, okay. I've got it. Write this down. Act 1, Scene 1. It's a foggy morning by the sea, and a shifty man with a dirty beard cradles a box tightly to his chest, and he looks around waiting for someone. Enter a woman in a trench coat. The only word to describe her is dame.
Hold it. Hold it.
Starting to pick up steam.
You've already done this one.
I have not.
Yes, you have. Only it wasn't a foggy morning by the sea. It was a dark alleyway during the witching hour. And it wasn't a shifty man with a dirty beard cradling a box. It was someone's grandmother with a straw purse.
Oh, God, that's completely different.
In both stories, a dame walks in hoping to find her missing beau. And I'm the one stuck in the 50s, Dick Tracy? Anyway, different details, same premise.
So it's a little similar. I mean, maybe if the details are just a little bit different.
Don't copy yourself. Once you start doing that, might as well put your career into a coffin because it's dead.
Interesting choice of words. Oh, god damn it! Oh, I'd kill for a cigarette!
Interesting choice of words.
Act 1, Scene 1. A couple is driving down a winding road in the middle of a rainstorm and they're lost. And the man is driving and the woman is looking at a crumpled up map. And they can barely see in the deluge of water hitting the windshield. Suddenly lights appear out of nowhere. And it nearly blinds the man in the rear view mirror, and motorcycles, 5, 6, 7 of them drive alongside the car and disappear into the dark abyss. The couple pulls over, frightened, and suddenly a giant bolt of lightning illuminates the sky, and a castle can be seen in the distance, exactly where the motorcycles were.
But...
Oh, come on! I was actually getting excited about this one.
First you copy yourself, now you copy Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I am! God damn it!
Janet.
Not funny.
Oh, calm your tits. Everybody copies everybody, even weird sci-fi rock operas. In fact, that's all that movie was. One giant ripoff of B-grade horror movies. Shit, we should just write it down anyway. Maybe they haven't heard it.
That won't work.
How do you know?
Well, that one you wrote about the talented musician with anger issues and an abusive father who falls for a woman totally out of his league.
Yeah?
That was Purple Rain, you dumb fuck.
What?
Down to the beetle boots and rhinestone jackets.
Why didn't you say anything?
For the same reason you wanted me to copy Rocky Horror Picture Show. I want this to end. And I really love Prince. So it was nice to hear the story again.
God, what is the point of all of this?
I believe that's called irony.
What? No, not the poster. Although, now that you mention it, fuck you. I meant all of this. You, me, this conference call, script. What is the point of all of this?
I don't know. Any theories?
Bad dream.
Cute.
Parallel universe.
Overplayed. You already know, don't you?
I think you know too.
Hell.
Hell. Trapped in hell on a conference call, writing scripts for all eternity with you.
You think that's bad?
How could it get worse?
I'm stuck here with you! And how long have you known that we were in hell?
For a while. It's no surprise, really.
How so?
Pretty much always figured I'd end up here, one way or another.
What did you do?
The usual. Lie, cheat, steal. You?
What makes you think that I should even be here? Yes, lying, cheating, stealing, more or less, but I never killed anyone.
You think murder is the only reason people end up here? Think again.
I just don't get it. I mean, sure, maybe we weren't great people when we were alive, but there are worse people out there, and why are we here? And why a Zoom call? What is this, the year 2020?
There are worse punishments too, you know. think it all kind of boils down to one thing.
Forgetting to bribe the big guy upstairs.
Hate.
Hate.
Hate. Hate so blinding you can't see the monster you're becoming. Hate so hideous it deforms you. Hate so powerful it can send you into other worlds, other levels of hate. Oh, no, don't write that down.
Well, why not? That's good stuff.
Because it's not yours to write down, that's why.
From the original thing, too.
Oh my God, I can't fucking believe this. Why don't you ever listen? I hate this.
Well, I hate you. And that thing that you just described, yeah, all of that. All of you.
You do not.
Well, not the deformed part, but I don't buy it. And I shouldn't be here just because I blurred the lines of what was ethical from time to time. And I didn't know you, before all of this, but I have a feeling that you weren't that bad either. So tell me.
Tell you what?
Tell me exactly what you did. You can trust me.
First of all, I already told you. Second of all, I don't fucking trust you.
Oh, please. I know there's more. What did you do?
I don't trust you.
Who am I going to tell?
It doesn't really matter.
But maybe it does. Maybe it's what we're missing.
Christ. I mean, what the hell, right?
Yeah. What the hell?
Okay. I mean, it wasn't really even that bad. I mean, not enough for all this. So I'm assuming you figured out I was a playwright before I died. Pretty good one at that.
Have I heard of you?
Yes.
What's your name?
It doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway, since as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to be someone big, someone unstoppable, someone who's able to bring characters to life, make an audience laugh, make an audience weep. I wanted power so badly that I wouldn't let anything get in my way. I wanted to be the best, most goddamn original writer ever to grace the planet. And at first it seemed like it was going to happen for me. My first few plays were pretty successful, especially for someone who came from nothing. And just like that, the ideas stopped flowing. Audiences became bored, and I became redundant, a hack. One night, I was drowning my sorrows in glass after glass of bottom of the barrel whiskey when I overheard someone talking about an idea for a play. It sounded amazing. I searched for a napkin and started scribbling down what I heard. And I don't know if it was the alcohol or the feeling of taking something that wasn't mine. But my hands were a complete blur as I wrote these lines that later became one of the greatest scripts I ever created. And just like that, I was back on top again. And then it became this vicious cycle. Glory, failure, theft, and back to glory again. I was addicted. I was like a vampire hiding in the shadows where all the young poets and playwrights would hang out. I would feed off these characters that, that only existed in the minds of these true artists. And I was never caught, since I took things from different people. To them, they had a brilliant idea that someone else got to first. Oh well, there'll be another idea. For me, it was my drug. I stole. Then of course I lied. And I cheated so many talented people out of something that was supposed to be theirs. But that's it. That's why I'm here, I guess.
Who are you? Who sent you?
Calm down, you loon.
Who
What
found
are
out?
you talking about?
And how did they know?
You're crazy. Like, hello, Earth to crazy person. No, hell to crazy person. Tell me what's going on.
What you said, that whole story, that's exactly my life.
What?
It's like you wrote down my story, all of it word for word.
That's impossible.
Yes. Is it?
What?
Oh my god, of course. Yes, that makes total sense.
What? What?
Secretary, write this down. Act 1, Scene 1. The scene begins with 2 screens, like a Zoom call. And no one is sitting there yet, and the audience can only see plain walls, white or gray. Both Zooms on both screens have a framed sign on the wall that reads, "Home Sweet Home." Off screen, they both have notebooks and pens on their desks.
Oh, come on.
No, just wait. Keep writing, please. 2 people enter into the frames of each screen. They sit down, click around the computer until they finally see each other. They freak out and start yelling over each other. There is this stupid argument about which one of them will be writing notes. The woman starts telling stories, plays. The man writes them down. After several failed attempts and petty arguments, the audience realizes that this thing that they are doing, trying to write a play together, is something they have to do over and over again for what seems like an eternity. Then the characters reveal the truth. This is their eternity. Hell in a room on a conference call, writing bad play after bad play. Eventually, he reveals why he is in hell. He is a liar, he is a thief, he is a cheater. The story is captivating. And not a single sound can be heard in the audience. Then the woman loses it, and she finally reveals that his story is exactly her story. She thinks, oh my God, someone knows, someone is punishing me, but no, that's not it. Their stories are indeed exactly the same, and they are both liars, thieves, cheaters. Their desire to become the most talented, the most unique, and the most powerful writers sent them here, in a room on a conference call, writing bad play after bad play for all eternity. But why does this sound so familiar? Why? Oh, wait. These people in a room in hell? Well, of course. This has been done. This is the play. No exit. These 2 people in a room in hell who are here because they stole other people's ideas are living in a play that's already been done. And hell is other people. Hell is other people. Oh, God, no. Hell is not being a real person. Hell is wanting to be the greatest at something and not caring who you hurt along the way. And hell is letting yourself be lost in the thrill of something. In the thrill of taking something that never belonged to you and receiving all the praise for it. Hell is getting everything that you ever wanted and then realizing that you were destined to be stuck in a room on a conference call in hell, writing bad play after bad play for all eternity, realizing your fate has already been written. And there's no fucking exit.
Thank you very much, guys. That was Deja Zoom, powerful piece by Katie Lenz. Folks, I'm going to ask you now to keep in mind that after the show, after the credits have rolled, go back, please, to Facebook. Go to the Etheric Theater Project Facebook page, and you will see a little post there that I made for Talkback. And there's a Zoom link. We would love to have you all show up afterward for the Talkback. Why? This is Katie Lynn's first play, and it's marvelous. Craig Gustafson, who wrote the third piece that you'll be seeing tonight, he would also love some feedback from you. So please, please do take some time afterward to show up and share your feelings, your constructive criticism, your pats on the back, because the playwrights will really benefit from that. Thank you. Okay, now our next piece is a monologue. It is entitled Secrets of My Soul by D.M. Larson.
Ghosts have always been with me. Not by choice, at least not on my part. It just happens. Just when I no longer believe, they appear. But this time it was too much. This time it was someone I knew. It started with the call, the news that he'd gone away, finding myself in tears. Would the tears ever stop? I had lost so much. An emptiness replaces love. Anxious to find nothing there. No body anyway, but something. Something that opens doors, something leaving tissue by the bed, the dog barking at nothing, but something. Finding things in new places, things missing, the locked door open. It began with the cold, spots of cold, a moment of normal, and then cold, as if the heat had been sucked into another dimension. These don't bother me as much as the touch, a handless touch of nothing. Something grabbed my arm, but no one was there. I ran for bed, buried myself in covers and waited for dawn. You're never too old to hide under the covers. Wrapping yourself up into a cocoon, hoping when you emerge, life will be butterflies again. But only children believe in butterflies. Adults know or learn that life is full of moths, caterpillars, and worms. But when I'm alone, fear sets in. I wonder, do I really want to be alone? Maybe their visits comfort me. Was it you that touched me that day? And if you're still here, Why do I feel so alone?
Thank you, Lisa Dawn. That was The Secrets of My Soul by D.M. Larson. And now, for our third piece of the evening, our final piece of the evening, The Other Side by Craig Gustafson. Let me tell you a little about Craig here. I have his bio. Craig Gustafson began writing 10-minute plays in 2018, many of which have been produced and or won contests, including Snowdrop, Soul Custody, Spot the Camel, and Bubbles the Homewrecker. His plays have been performed locally at Chicago's Yippie Fest, Green Man Theater Troupe, and Riverfront Playhouse, which produced an evening of his plays, Fasting Cougars, which was very funny. I saw that. Anthologies containing Craig's plays include Best 10-Minute Plays of 2019, Best 10-Minute Plays of 2020, both by Smith and Krause. And then Save Me Myron Glick is going to be in the Best New 10-Minute Plays of 2021, coming in November from Applause Theater and Cinema Books. So he is a member of the Dramatists Guild of America. So I'm about to give you and present to you the final piece of the evening. Before I do that, I'm going to remind you again, please do stop by at the Talkback. Afterward, you'll see our credits run out, and then we'll close down this Zoom room, and then you can go to the Zoom room for that. And our technical person also popped the Zoom link in the YouTube chat, so you can also find it there. There you go. Okay, now here it comes, the moment you've been waiting for. The Other Side by Craig Gustafson.
You know the day destroys the night, night divides the day. Try to run, try to hide, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, break on through to the other side, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see
Yeah,
when the light.
Oh,
Let's do that one again.
B.
What?
Are you getting this, Carolyn? Carolyn,
Yes! Unless there's another letter, the last word is God.
What have we got so far?
When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God. That's it so far.
I think somebody on the other side is yanking a chain. Or maybe this side, Eloise.
Me? Would I do something like that?
I once sat there for 5 hours and 32 minutes while it spelled out MacArthur's "Old Soldiers Never Die" speech.
Oh, Roderick contracted the most dreadful case of carpal tunnel syndrome, didn't you, Bubala? Put a cramp in some of our nocturnal activities.
Oh, it's all in the wrist, Audrey.
No.
Quite. I remember one time tracking the elusive wildebeest in Burma.
The only beast you ever tracked down was me, and you can hardly call me elusive, Sugar Lips.
Quite.
Zarabeth, are you going to do tarot readings?
no. Well, not tonight. I do everybody. We'll be here another 2 hours.
How about the other thing?
No.
Oh, pretty please. I'll make you miso salted caramel chocolate brownies tomorrow.
No. Maybe. Damn it.
Yes.
It's the stuff.
What are we talking about?
A seance, Natch. Eloise, you've whipped up 3 seances in the last 2 months. Why not give it the kiss off?
Not a chance, Joan. I'm going to contact Danny on the other side. Full speed ahead.
Okay, grab your neighbor by the hand.
Play that funky Dixieland.
Finished. Concentrate on the candle. On the candle. On the candle. On the candle. Son of a monkey. Concentrate on the frickin' candle.
No.
Make your mind a complete blank.
There you go, honey.
Oh, no, darling.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Forces of darkness, forces of light, forces of anybody who happens to be around at the moment. Spirits of the other side, I implore you to manifest yourselves. Ignore these dweebs and come to me. Let not snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor dark of night stay you swift carriers from your appointed rounds.
I say, isn't that the creed of the U.S. Postal Service?
Why not? They kick the bucket bows, though.
I feel a presence. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Ah! Ah! Oh.
Well, excuse me. What are all you people doing in my house?
Capital.
Hi, Danny.
Jesus Christ. Eloise? Eloise? This isn't possible.
No, not yet, honey. Look, but don't touch.
I mean, this can't be. It's been 3 years. The coma, the hospital, the funeral. I remember the funeral.
So do I, Danny. I remember it all. I remember it.
Memories. It was April 14th, Nairobi. Many times had I sojourned across that jungle hell, my hunter's instincts whetted upon the stone of adversity, tracing a trail of elephants gamboling in the moonlight, tracking the trail of the terrible tiger of Ting Tang Naughty Goo. But now I was on a very different mission indeed. Man, Puffy Adler, head of MI5, had recruited me for a most curious mission. Apprehend Sir Ned Keating, aristocrat and safe blower. He had fled England, repairing to the Kakamega Forest. It was but the work of a week to locate the bounder. Indeed, I would have taken but 3 days, but for an appalling incident at Victoria Station involving a perambulator on the Brighton line. Keating soon found himself nose to barrel with my Wembley 44. "You shall never take me alive, Trench," he snapped. "Pray tell, why not?" I ejaculated. "Because," he said, "there is a rather sizable bear approaching on your right flank." Now, it is all very well and good to say that's the oldest trick in the book, but if you haven't read that particular book, it's a new trick. Plus, he hadn't just said, "Look behind you." He added that rather clever detail about the rather sizable bear. I spun round to face the bear and soon found myself on the ground, a lump on my head, and my Wembley in Keating's tiny fist. He leveled the revolver at me and...
I was shaking my gams and a clip joint on Sheffield. My latest bozo was a complete Brody, a patsy who landed in the Who's Got for palming off some rot gut and a G-man. I was deadbeat, but my peepers were wide open. I knew a butter and egg man I could griff for the moolah I needed to take a powder. When I put on the dog, I was cute as a bug's ear and say, I'll tell the world, I was togged to the bricks. I wasn't a gold digger. I'll give the sugar daddy value for his long green, but when I got to his cave, he was spread out on the divan with 3 pills in him. I tried to take it on the lam, but it was a complete trip for biscuits. The works were gummed up but good. A Joe by the elevator flashed the buzzer, the house stick. The Abercrombie clamped his meat hooks on me and dragged me off to the big house before he can say, Jack Robinson, it's me, kid. I'm getting the hot squad.
Nope, sorry, didn't get a word of that.
I was a wrestling promoter in Newport, Rhode Island. I had a class operation. Oh, sure, the matches were fixed, but you had to look at it as street theater or mat theater, I guess. The Texas Mauler would be pummeled by Lester the Inelegant. Giant Henry would have his forehead slashed by Sister Mary Braunschweiger. Oh, it was all in good fun. I got fantastic TV ratings. I managed Monongahela Clyde, a 6-foot gorilla who could...
Oh, that's not very nice.
But factual. He was a real gorilla. Oh, yeah. Smelled horrible. Tore the hotel rooms apart. But photogenic as hell.
Why not just use a guy in a gorilla suit?
And deceive the public? Oh, I always wanted class, so I tried to hook up with the Newport Jazz Festival. You know, a Miles Davis, Dave Brubeck grudge match, followed by Pontius Pirate and the Bel Air dump truck. Clyde and I tried to meet with the festival promoters who took a dim view of my aspirations. They tried to throw us out, making the mistake of thinking that Clyde was a guy in a gorilla suit. George Wein knocked me to the ground and Clyde tore him apart. Oh, unfortunately, while he did so, he was hopping up and down on my chest. His last weigh-in was 432 pounds, so...
There was a team of 5th columnists operating at Broadway and 49th, the Brill Building. Song pluggers planting coded messages for the Axis in 3 Little Fishies and Scrub Me Mama with the Boogie Beat. When people said Mersey Don'ts would destroy society, I had no idea that they were speaking literally. I was assigned by the OSS to acquire subversive sheet music from Buzzy von Schudenskitzer, the Tin Pan Alley Rummel. I met him, drank with him, looked at his etchings, spent the night with him, and then drugged him with the special cream rubbed around my belly button.
He licked your tummy. Didn't that tickle?
Oh, I was proud to giggle for my country. As I stuffed the sheet music into my bra, Buzzy's thugs pounded on the door. I rolled Buzzy under the bed and leapt out the window. They burst into the room. Halfway down the fire escape, both high heels caught in the grate. They were gaining on me. I fixed a grappling hook to the railing and shimmied down a rope, my skirt flying up and giving a free show to the drunken rabble in the alley below. 10 feet from the ground, the thugs cut the rope, and I plummeted thighs first onto the shoulders of a Broadway character named Lucky Charlie. My skirt blanketed his head, and from the sounds he made, he seemed convinced that his nickname was an apt one. My legs dangling down his back, he careened blindly about the alley, with me trying to force him to his knees so that I could dismount. The thugs were nearly upon me when my backup agents, guns drawn, shouted, "Freeze!" The 5th columnists were taken, but at the word freeze, Lucky Charlie panicked, swung violently to the left, and my head was smashed onto the brick of the wall of the Algonquin Hotel. We both sank to the ground.
Was running a gaming establishment on the north side of Chicago. Pinball machines with private rooms in the back for drinking and whatnot. Did quite a business and whatnot. The joint was jumping, according to Fats Waller. The noise was tremendous, the crowds were bustling, and the cops were paid off. Then, through the haze of 1,000 neon lights, I saw her. Rita Sheridan, as beautiful as the day she metaphorically kicked my teeth in and ditched me for Manfred Also, 6th in line to lead the European underground. I knew why she was there. Certain papers had come into my possession that would expose Also to an unprecedented amount of teasing by the Nazis. The Witchworm papers.
Hello, Clark. You're looking adequate.
Hello yourself. You're here for a bit of whatnot. I'm off at 11.
You know I'm not here for whatnot. I'm here for Witchworm. Give me the papers, please.
No dice.
No dice. Why?
This is a pinball hall. We don't have any dice.
Perhaps I can persuade you to buy some. Give me the papers.
If also when the cause means so much to you, you won't stop at anything. All right, I'll make it easier for you. Go ahead, shoot. You'll be doing me a favor. Ooh.
And what about you, my dear Carolyn?
Oh, well, excuse me. I was going out with this guy named Frankie. We spent a lot of time on the beach with our friends Dee Dee and Bonehead. It was summer, and we smoked a lot of pot. A lot of pot. A lot of... Anyway, one night by the bonfire, Frankie pulled out this huge baggie full of cocaine, like the freezer storage gallon size. He wanted me to try it, but I said, no way, Jose. But he kept sweet talking me. And then he sang to me, Beach Bikini Mama. So I stuck a straw in the baggie and I took a great big snort and I went right into a coma. Honest to Pete.
My God, the snow was that strong?
Oh, heck no. It was cut. Almost half of it was gold medal flour. But I'm allergic to gluten. It wasn't the cocaine that got me. It was the flour. Knocked me right on my fanny. I stayed in that coma for like 3 years. And then this funny thing happened, you know. Mold from the flour started to grow on my stomach. This creepy, soft, brown mold. It climbed up my chest and around my B-U-T and stretched out to cover my arms and legs. It had almost reached my eyeballs when I realized what was happening. I was turning into a loaf of bread. The doctors didn't have a clue about how to handle it. You know, these days, zip, boom, cure. But back then, well, so I was a loaf of bread, and they were really embarrassed. And they really didn't know how to deal with me. Really. Until this one day, I heard this really, really familiar rattle outside the window. It was the truck from our local bakery. A couple of nurses came in with a gurney. They put me on it and wrapped me in cellophane. I could hear the baker bickering with the doctor about the price of something. I was taken away in the bakery truck. And, well, really.
Sarah Beth?
Huh? Oh, werewolf attack. No big deal.
Look, it's great that you all had your adventures and you came out okay, but Eloise is dead. How can you all be so calm about being with a dead woman? You all made it out alive.
What makes you say that, dear?
What? You mean...
Bullet to the head.
Electric chair.
Trampled by gorilla.
Smash skull.
Blood to the heart.
2-for-1 bake sale?
Werewolf attack.
You're the odd one out here, honey. We called you over from the other side for a visit.
You're not the only ones who can have a seance.
Visits? You're not here to stay?
No, I can't stay with you, honey. But you can stay with me.
Will it hurt?
Only for a moment.
Should I go into the other room and...
No. This is your spirit here now. Your body's upstairs in bed. You just have to want to be with me as much as I want to be.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
It
Makes me
is.
so happy.
Capital. Bravo.
Lovely. How do you feel about strip Ouija?
I get to keep my clothes on.